Texting. We are back. Segment 2. IDD for those of you who know on a Thursday. That is the redoubtable one himself, Thomas J. Izzo. Highly question one, Roger Milliat Show. Again, segment 2, like someone brought to you by the good doctor and the Mountain Dew Melon and the Pin Whip. Glorious succulent Pin Whip in the hizzy on a Thursday here at the Dago Bar. Segment 2, all things MLB. The Mets finally, thank God, got off the schneid today after blowing a 3-0 lead in Game 1 of the doubleheader, losing an extra inning 6-3. In the midst of Tom's preparation for Harry Carey, it came to him. After six innings of no hits.
7 innings.
7 innings of no hits. One, Pete, don't call me Pipe.
Bloop single in the eighth.
Bloop single, Pete, Pipe Alonso. Hit one to left center.
Solo homer
to tie it up.
Walk, sack bunt, single. And we're now 1-6, folks.
2 streaks ended. Okay, Detroit is no longer unbeaten, and the Mets are no longer winless. So, look.
And I'm not even happy.
No, because they should have won both of them.
Right. They needed two.
They should have won both of them.
They needed some momentum, because now you go to Cincinnati and Atlanta, and you could be fucking, what? You could be... I mean, fuck. You could be, 1-13. They could get swept in Cincy and Atlanta. The way they're hitting.
The hope is that they take one in each place. Because if they did that, it wouldn't be...
And that's sad.
But that's realistic, given their competition. Where they are right now, they can't hit the ball. Now, hold on. Now, here's the other question. Is Martinez going to be activated on Sunday? Do you know?
We don't know.
Okay, because the sooner they get him in the lineup, the better. They need him back.
It would be nice to have him for Atlanta. I know he's trying to get up to game speed, whatever the fuck that is. He's got to get up to game speed.
I can't even argue with him because he's making sense.
Dude, he's got to practice walking from the dugout to home plate. He hasn't done it in a while. Here's the thing that is absolutely...
I can't even argue with him because...
Killing the Mets right now. Okay, look.
The rule is stupid, though. If he can't... See, this thing is... It's not him, though. It's the rule.
No, but... Why couldn't you just break camp with the team?
They didn't... Well, they signed him 2 days before the season started, right?
He could have been a pinch hitter.
Are you
better than the bullshit on their bench?
Are you telling me there's a way around this rule or not?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Look, I don't fully know.
Okay.
But I think it has to do with who started on the active roster, the major league roster.
See, my only question is this, and I'm not, again, I don't know this either. I'm just saying if there was a way around this, common sense would tell you the Mets would have tried to find a way around it.
No, common sense.
It doesn't apply to the Mets.
Have nothing to do with each other.
The Mets and the common sense should never be put in the same sentence.
Not a match. All right, but let me
I'm
go
saying though, but you brought up this rule. So if there's no loophole to get around this, then their hands are tied.
Yeah, now they gotta wait. Because he didn't come with them from camp.
No, but because they signed him 2 days before the season started.
Unless I think if somebody were to get injured, that would change, and then you could call somebody up when you need him.
So technically, he's in the farm system.
Yeah, he's playing in AAA right now.
So he's playing.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I feel he was just...
He's getting up to game speed. It's ridiculous.
But he can only come up if there's an injury.
He needed 10 to 15 days to get ready.
Why wouldn't the Mets fake an injury somewhere with somebody?
Exactly.
All right, here's how this is going to go down. You're going to fucking...
But look at the...
You're going to slip on a banana peel, make it look good.
Look at some of these numbers, okay? I'm going to give you 3 guys that are absolutely killing the Mets right now.
3 guys.
So their leadoff hitter, Brandon Nimmo.
Yep.
Currently on like a 7-year, $170 million contract, something in the range of that.
Good God.
He is currently 1 for 21 to start the season.
1 for 21?
1 for 21. Is
he playing drunk? Fuck is 1 for 21?
Exactly.
1 for 21.
He's batting.
What's his career average?
He's batting .048.
But what's his career average going into the season?
Much higher than that.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, anything's higher than .048.
Let me see.
If he were 148, he'd be 100% better. 148's atrocious.
Let me see. Career average is 269.
Okay, that's, yeah.
Okay, but the longer you go into a 1 for 21, the longer you go, the harder it's going to be for you to hit your career numbers.
Dig your way out of it.
I mean, you're going to have to hit 400 or 500 for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
The longer this goes. Okay, so you got Nimmo, who's leading off batting 0.48. Okay, Lindor, who's on a 10-year, $342 million deal, making $34 million a year. Want to guess what he is?
1 something.
Lower.
He's less than 100 too?
He's 1 for 24.
Oh, my God. These are the first 2 guys in the lineup?
That's him at a putrid 0.42.
These are the first 2 guys in the lineup?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Then you have Jeff McNeil.
That's awful.
Then you have Jeff McNeil, who 2 years ago won the National League batting title. He is 1 for 15 to start the year. They've had to sit him.
And he's a batting champion?
He's a previous batting champion. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
It's terrible.
That's terrible.
It is awful.
That's unprecedented. What you're talking about is unprecedentedly bad. This is historically bad. And none of these guys are this bad. This is the thing. None of the 3 guys he's talking about are this bad. That's the thing.
Now, their 21-year-old catcher, Francisco Alvarez, he's 8 for 20. He's batting 400.
21.
He's got 4 homers.
That's promising.
I'm sorry, 4 RBIs, 1 homer. He can't have more than 4 RBIs because nobody the fuck else is
Nobody's on base.
I mean, it's fucking pathetic.
Jesus.
Dude, they have 8 RBIs.
For the season?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that was halfway down.
8 RBIs.
This is historically bad.
Awful.
I mean, I would say, and I think Tom would agree with me, this is underachieving. This is not who they are. Now, what I will say is this, and I've said this many times on this show, water seeks its level. If they're what their numbers say they normally are, this will even out. It will.
But it's got to turn soon.
How soon?
Right
It's
now.
April 5th.
No, but here's my point. If you go for a month like this, water will not reach its
I
level.
don't think they're going to go for a month. We're a week into the season.
It's got to turn now.
Why right now? What if it turns in 2 weeks?
Then they're not going to hit their levels. They're not going to get that hot. Look, if this continues for another week, then he'll be fucking 2 for 40. You're not coming back from 2 for 40.
Let me push
You're
back
going
on
to hit
this
220.
a little.
Okay.
What if there is work with me on this. What if there's a gradual ascent where they slowly work their way out of it over the course of the next month? I'm not saying they're going to hit 800 next week, but what if over the next month they work their way back up to where they are in a month?
Sure. I mean, it could happen.
I'm saying that I think is realistic. I'm just trying to be realistic here. They're not going to hit 800 next week.
No.
These guys are going to do that.
No, but I'm saying that ascent has to start tomorrow.
Maybe.
Like, you can't go 0 for 4 again tomorrow if you're Nimmo and Lindor.
Who's pitching tomorrow? Who are they pitching? Who are they playing against?
They're playing against Cincy.
All right, who's pitching? Give me the weekend. Give me the 3 guys on the mound.
All right.
Fucking Jokic. This game is tied. Fucking Jokic. I hate him. Actually, I love the guy, but I hate him right now.
All right, so you got Jose Quintana against Hunter Green.
Okay.
Reds are favored in that.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Then you've got Severino against Nick Martinez, whoever the fuck that is. I mean, Severino gave up 12 hits and 6 runs in his first outing. So, yeah, good fucking...
We don't know who the other guy is,
Good
right?
fucking luck.
I don't even know who the other guy is, though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't
The
matter.
other guy's a AAA-er.
It doesn't matter. He's better than ours. Then Sunday, you got Sean Manaea, who had a good outing for the Mets. They have to hit. They're going to have to hit. They don't have a rotation that's going to shut everybody down. However, they've been pitching well.
Okay, well, this is the thing. Here's the silver lining. They've been pitching pretty well. The bats haven't woken up. Okay, they've been in probably a lot of these games. They just haven't hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so say this is a gradual ascent, which is the realistic possibility. Okay, if their pitching continues just to stay where it is, not get better, but stay where it is, consistent, and they start to gradually, it's reasonable to think they could split the next 6 games. That's reasonable. That maybe they take 2 out of 3 against the Reds, they take 1 out of 3 against, who's the next one?
The Braves.
The Braves.
That could happen.
That I think could happen. That's realistic. Because the Reds aren't as good as the fucking Braves. You're not going to tell me that.
No,
okay, so...
No, but the Reds have energy. The Reds are exciting. The Reds are an ascending team.
And the Reds are still human and are looking at a 1-5 team coming in.
That's true.
So... I don't think 2 out of 3 in Cincinnati is...
I hate that you're trying to get me to see the fucking silver lining in this.
What do you want me to do? Tell you it's over and fucking in April 4th?
Bury him! Get out the show!
See, here's the thing. If I said that, even you would go, wait a minute, it is April 4th. Like, you're the reason why I'm a whole bottle of Pit Whip. Because I didn't think the one we had was enough.
Oh, man, I hate the fact that we're going to Atlanta.
Well, we have Baltimore coming into Fenway.
Gross.
How could you... See, here's where I get mad at the Red Sox. Like, you could have put anybody in that. Why Baltimore? Fucking Christ's sake. The Yankees would have been a better choice.
Don't do that.
No, I know. They don't determine this. But, I mean, there's a number of
At least
teams.
it's Tuesday at 2 p.m., so it'll be work. But they'll probably be on TV.
They'll be on ESPN, probably.
Yeah.
If the Red Sox take 2 out of 3 this weekend, which, by the way, look... The Red Sox are playing well right now. Their pitching has been outstanding. And again, they're not playing against anybody, and that would include this weekend. So they should take 2 out of... If they're any good at all, they should take 2 out of 3 from the Angels. I'm not expecting a back-to-back sweep. That's too much to ask. 2 out of 3, though, I think is reasonable.
Yeah, but the Angels are 4-2.
They're pretty good. But I think they can take 2 out of 3 from them. I think they can. I'm not saying they will. Just don't get swept. Whatever you don't get swept.
Here's the crazy part, though.
Pavetta's had 2 really good outings. He's not pitching this weekend, but I mean, he's had 2 really good outings.
Yeah.
He's for him. That's I mean, he's been saying he's average is being nice, but he's had 2 really good outings. So
the Mets are 1-6. Here's the crazy part.
They're 1-5.
No, they're 1-6.
1-6.
No, you're right. They're 1-5.
1-5.
Mets are 1-5. They're not in last place in their division.
No, because that team that's supposed to be
Because
pretty
Miami is 0-8.
That team that's supposed to be pretty good is now 0-8.
Miami lost again.
They're pretty good though. On paper.
Jesus.
Remember what he said? They're pretty good.
Dude, they were pretty good last year. They lost to the Cardinals today. Oh,
right now, this pretty good team has a worse record than the A's.
Awful.
You was about awful. You think the Mets are in rough shape? Try the fucking Marlins.
For real. The A's are 1-6.
1-6, and they're not as bad a shape as the Marlins are.
The Mets are on their heels.
I'm saying the Marlins are 0-8. Like, I mean, come on. Don't give him that. Jesus Christ.
Jokic.
Playing like an MVP.
The Dodgers are 7-2 and should be.
Yep, the Dodgers should be 7-2. Did the Yankees play today?
The Pirates are 6-1.
Yeah,
don't look now.
Well, they started out hot last year though, but they couldn't maintain. Oh, Harden!
Have some young
he got fouled on that.
James.
They didn't call that. Fuck. Oh man.
It's because he always does too much, and then they start to think that every time he goes
boy
down.
who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he always throws his feet out and
Yeah,
shit.
he does. But that time it looked like he got hit in the arm.
Yeah.
That actually looked legitimate.
Well, they had just called one where he...
How do you call that? Harden gets knocked to the floor and then you call this?
Because it was Plumlee.
Yeah, Plumlee sucks. Dumpling.
It was a big white against a big white.
Mason is appropriate as in bricklayer. Dumpling. Fucking Dumpling. Fucking this kid Mason. Christ's sake. Don't play basketball with a name like Mason. You're going to get fucking...
The NL Central, Pittsburgh is 6-1. Milwaukee's 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee finally lost the game. They played a real team, not the Mets.
Who'd they lose to?
The fucking Twins.
Oh, come on. How good are the Twins?
Well, I mean, Twins aren't bad. Like, the AL Central's always like around 500, so everybody in that division seems like
they're an average team. They're average Joe. They're not a fucking contender. Almost tell me the Minnesota Twins are a contender tomorrow.
They're 3-3.
You got fucking fouled. How do you not call that? I'll tell you what, they're going to go win. The Clippers are going to go head to half after all that shit.
That's pretty good.
Well, how's the AL East looking? What do we got?
So the Yankee, it's crazy because as bad as the Mets have been, that's as good as the Yankees have been.
Mm-hmm.
They're 6-1.
Yeah.
They're still playing against Arizona. They might be playing right now, actually.
Are they playing right now?
Unless that series is over.
Well, some teams have.
That series.
Some teams have the travel day on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they going tomorrow?
So they're 6-1. Yankees. they go home to play the Blue Jays.
Ooh,
that'll be good.
That'll be a good series.
Because I think the Jays
3-4.
Oh, they're 3-4. They started out good, but not anymore.
Well, that'll be a dawning in the Bronx.
Yep. So you got 6-1 Yanks, Boston 5-2.
Who's Baltimore got this weekend?
Let's see. Oh, Baltimore's got the Pirates.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
So Baltimore.
That could be interesting.
Let's see, who did they start off against? They just punked the Angels. Well, they took 2 out of 3 from the Angels. 11-3, 13-4. Then they took 2 out of 3 from the Royals. Now they got the Pirates. That'd be good.
That should be a good series. That should be good.
But Baltimore's a better team than them.
They are on paper, but so far, but all the teams that played the Pirates were better on paper.
So Tampa and Toronto are both 3-4. Detroit is leading the Central in the AL 5-1. In part, thank you to the fucking Mets. Fucking bitches.
He keeps coming back. Thanks to the fucking Mets.
Cleveland. the Mets had no business. And dude, Carlos Mendoza, Stiflos Mendoza.
Stiflos. We got, I love the Stiflos. We got to come up with a better name.
Stiflos is good.
No, but we have to the last name though. We have to do better than Mendoza.
Oh,
like Stiflos, Menluza,
Stifla.
No. Stiflos. We have to think of this. We have to come
dude,
up with, see, if we were stoned, this would be so much better.
Fucking Stiffapoopski.
Stiffapoopski.
Last night I was sitting there playing PS5 till like 5 a.m. I didn't go to bed till 6 a.m.
Well, you were off.
Pathetic.
Must be nice to be on vacation.
It is nice.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there playing, and Stiffapoopski popped into my head, and I was just fucking dying laughing.
Stiffapoopski.
All right, so Stiflos Mendoza.
Stiflos Mendoza.
This guy has pressed the wrong button every time he's pressed the button. So today,
rookie manager for the Mets, just so you know, America.
Today, yes, Carlos, a.k.a. Stiflos Mendoza. Ex-bench coach for the fucking Stankies.
Stiflos Menluza.
So they go into extras, right? And so Diaz pitches the 9th. He's electric, He gets through the 9th. And the 10th, I can't remember who they brought in. I don't know if it was Bickford. Nah, I don't. But whoever was in, in extras now they start with the guy on second.
Yes.
The Mets kept him from scoring in the 10th.
Okay.
And then come up in the bottom of the 10th.
Yes.
With a man on second. So Stiflos.
Menluza.
Yes. He pinch runs for Francisco Alvarez, who's our best hitter. Okay?
Why?
Because, so the way it works is whoever got the last out starts at second. Okay? So Francisco Alvarez is not very fast. He's our catcher. So
he's on second.
He's on second, exactly.
He's on second.
He's on second. He scores on a single.
Yeah.
Or
you're going to be
exactly
Ozzie Smith.
Right. And you don't take him out because if you don't score, you might need him. Now, I guess he's thinking, look, if we don't score, we might not even get back around to him in the lineup. But anyway.
I don't know if I...
So he pinch runs for him with a stiff.
Stiflos, I'm a loser.
So Stiflos pinch runs for Francisco Alvarez with a stiff.
Stiflos,
then
I'm a loser.
Brett Beatty, who's up, another one of our young guys who we're trying to get going, who pinch hit 3-run bomb the other night.
Yeah.
He has him try to bunt the runner from second to third, which is a terrible play, I think. Because, so you're trying to bunt him over. You're going to give up an out to get him to third. Then you're hoping a sac fly wins it. Mets have never been good situationally with sac flies. Well, that's not true. Sometimes they are, but in clutch it feels like they're not. Anyways, Beatty's not a bunter, so Beatty strikes out bunting. 2 fouls in a row.
Yes.
Okay, so now it's like, oh, great job. Then, so of course the Mets don't score, right? And then what happens in the 11th? The same guy that gave up 5 runs in the 10th on Monday to the Tigers, Stiflos says, you know what? Let's bring him in. Mr. Tonkin. You gave up 5 on Monday in extras. What do you say? What do you
mean Tankin? I mean Tonkin.
Exactly. Tonkin and Tanker. Tankin.
Mr. Tankin.
Stifkin. So they bring in Tankin Stifler, and he promptly gives up 3 runs. because, he was trying to follow up. It was his encore, the 5-run performance he did on Monday. So he gives up 3 runs, which everybody saw coming.
Yeah.
Because he's starting with a man on second,
Yeah.
So now the Mets are down 6-3. Of course, we get 2 men on, right? There's 2 outs. Pete's coming up.
Yeah.
But Francisco Alvarez isn't batting behind him. The stiff that he pinch ran for is behind him. So, they don't have to pitch to Pete the same way they would have if Alvarez was on deck. Pete ends up striking out.
Sure.
And the game's over. And Stiflos Mendoza has another
Mia
A plus.
Mia loser? Mia loser?
Yeah.
Mia loser?
So Stiflos is really just, it seems like every button he presses is
Comedy of errors
the wrong.
from the Mets manager.
It's like
Comedy of errors from the bench.
literally like he's just hitting buttons, and every time he does it, an explosion happens. Oh fuck! It's like a cartoon. It's just explosions. You can see him in the window. Just oh god, which button do I press?
I mean, it's a button. I mean, fucking landmine goes off. Fucking.
But hey, I will say this: when they won, I felt good.
Well, you have to get the
which is
first
kind
one.
of embarrassing because of how
sometimes
negative I was.
Sometimes the first one is the hardest one to get. And it was hard. There were no hit through 7. It was
the Mets have the best opening day record of every team in the majors. Historically. They win on like a 70% clip on opening day. Which is why this is rare. Well,
if you know it's rare, why are you panicking?
Well, because it doesn't happen like this. The Mets usually play really well in April. So when they come out just as a bunch of stiffs in April, it's kind of like, fuck, this usually happens to us in July or August. Last year it happened to us when they went fucking 7-19 in June or whatever the fuck it was. And, torpedoed the season.
No one thought the Houston Astros were going to start out 0-4 either.
Yeah, but they're a good team.
At home.
Against the
Spankies, who didn't make the playoffs last year.
Different team.
They added one guy. They didn't add a fucking...
Well, Judge was hurt for half the year.
He was, but I'm saying the point is that the Astros weren't... No one thought... A split would have been the worst case scenario, probably. A split, 2-2.
Yeah,
no one thought the Yankees were taking 4. I don't give a fuck who you are. The most diehard Yankee fan was saying if they split, it'll be a miracle.
Right, but...
So don't give me... This is the thing, but this is the thing about especially early season.
The Astros have a good, solid team.
Yeah.
The Mets are a bunch of what-ifs.
Well, here's what...
So when you have a bunch of what-ifs and you get off 0-6, it's like, oh, fuck, what if we don't win a fucking game?
All I'm saying is, if the numbers of that lineup you read to me were accurate, there's no way this is going to continue. There's just no way.
I hope you're right.
There's no way.
Maybe it'd be good for him to get away from Citi Field.
I'm just saying,
get on the
there's
road.
No way. If those numbers were accurate, that's not going to continue. It's not. Again, is it going to be a drastic turnaround?
If those numbers were accurate, what do you think I am? Some kind of schmuck?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It may not be. They may
numbers.
not go 10 for 11 in a stretch, but I think they'll gradually get back up to that.
Well,
and look, if the pitching just stays where it is, they're going to have chances to win these games. That's all you're asking. You're not asking these guys to get 20 strikeouts and no hitters and one. No, just keep them in the game.
Right. And
that's it.
And just
And I think 2 out of 3
go 3 for 10
in Cincy is possible. And if they take 1 out of 3, they split those 6, and they're on their way. But you got to, you can't. Like I said, and look, if the Red Sox were 0-6 right now, I don't think they're any good. But so far, the one thing that has impressed me about the Red Sox is no one thought this pitching staff could do this to anybody. No one. No one thought they'd shut anybody out. No one thought No one. We were laughing about this pitching staff last week. We were looking at it going, the best guy numbers-wise was the 4th starter. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? So
a lot of times they say, though, the beginning of the year, the pitching is ahead of the hitting.
Well, that's like football. The defense early in the year is usually ahead of the offense in a lot of cases. That's normal. So, like I said, I think the Mets... that lineup is better than what it's showing, and eventually we'll get up there. So I'm not going to flip out over a 6-game stretch in early April. Just don't get swept twice. Just don't lose 6 in a row. Okay, just don't lose 6 in a row. So So, anyway, that's going to do it for segment 2. We're going to come back segment 3. We are going to talk Final Four. Okay, and there it is right there. There she is. Yeah, there, Caitlin Clark. Yep, Miss America. And Paige Breckers. Okay, this is talk about a heavyweight fight tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. We're going to talk about that. And the men's side, Final Four, some heavyweights there. Segment 3 coming right up.
Legit heavyweights, DJ Burns.
Legit heavyweights. Legit.